You got fined for episode 1?
Dude, they fined me $1,500. I was like, I even told them, I even credited them that their job was hard. Actually, what I said about Caitlin ruffled a lot of feathers.
Like the Caitlin, Angel Reese, emergent, like from your first 2 years to like, say the last 2 years?
I did say that, and I said that I would
No, you
do
did.
it at it. I did say that. Like, look at the whole...
Dude, they've actually fined me $1,500. And the crazy part is, I even acknowledged how tough their job is. I gave them credit, showed some understanding, but apparently what I said about Caitlin really struck a nerve and ruffled more feathers than I expected. It wasn't meant to be disrespectful, it was just my opinion. Still, they didn't take it lightly. The reaction felt over the top, but that's how things go sometimes. Say something honest and suddenly you're paying for it. Literally. Lesson learned. Even truth has a price in this league.
Actually, what I said about Caitlin ruffled a lot of feathers.
You got fined for episode 1?
Dude, they fined me $1,500. I was like, I even told them, I even credited them that their job...
Ever since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese emerged, everything in the league feels different. I did make a comment about that, and I'll admit, I said I wouldn't be good at handling it. I was being honest about my own limitations in that situation. It's not easy navigating all the hype, media pressure, and fan expectations that come with names like theirs. There's a spotlight now that wasn't there before, and it changes how everything operates. I wasn't trying to criticize. I was just being real about the fact that it takes a certain mindset to thrive in that storm.
Like the Caitlin, Angel Reese, emergent, like from your first 2 years to like, say the last 2 years?
I did say that, and I said that I would
No, you
do
did.
it at it. I did say that. Like, look at the whole...
Wait, did the WNBA fine me? I asked. No, you got fined for episode 1. I couldn't believe it. They actually fined me, $500. I was stunned, like, what, seriously? It felt like just the beginning of something bigger. I honestly thought they were joking. When I heard it, I was like, you've got to be kidding. No way. Looking back, I'm kind of glad you saved that news for now instead of texting me. It definitely hits harder in the moment. It makes for a great podcast story, sure, but still, that's a real bummer. It's wild how fast things can escalate. I wasn't expecting it at all. It just shows how closely everything's being watched now.
We were talking about, like, our first week, what people had to say. Well, the WNBA fined me.
No! You got fined for episode 1?
Dude, they fined me $1,500. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is just the beginning. It's like, you're kidding.
No way. I'm glad that you saved that for this and didn't text me, because that's unreal. I mean, it's like, it's cool for the pod, but that's kind of a lot.
When you get fined, do they actually give you a detailed explanation, like a verbatim quote saying, this is what you said, and this is why it's costing you $2,500? Or is it more like, hey, stop talking about us. Now Venmo us the money? Well, here's what really happens. They send an email to our GM, and then she pulls me aside. She goes, come here, Sofa. I need to talk to you. And of course, this happens right in front of everyone, so I'm already feeling awkward. I'm standing there thinking, what did I do this time? It's like you don't even know what you're being punished for until they hit you with it.
When you get fined, do they put like verbatim, like quote here, like this is why you're being fined and this is why it's this much? Or is it like, hey, quit talking shit on us, Venmo us like $1,500?
What happens is they email our GM, and she pulls me aside and she goes, come here, Soph, I have to talk to you. And this was in like front of everybody. And I was like, what did I do now?
So there was this moment during the game where I got called for a foul, but honestly, it wasn't a foul at all. I was frustrated because the call just didn't make sense. I turned to the ref and also told our coaches that they should challenge it. Even the ref seemed to agree, saying something like, yeah, they should challenge that. And I was like, I know, right? But of course, no one ever listens to me in those moments. It's like I'm just talking to the air. I keep trying to help to speak up when something's clearly wrong, but they brush it off like my opinion doesn't count. It's honestly kind of exhausting.
I fouled, but it wasn't a foul. They called it, and I told the ref to like challenge it, or our coaches to challenge it. And they're like, I think she was like, yeah, they should challenge that. I was like, I know, like, who they never listened to.
Do I think I get the same light whistle on traveling calls as NBA players? Absolutely not. There's truly nothing that compares to how lenient the NBA is when it comes to traveling. I kind of expected some flexibility at that level, but seeing it in action is something else entirely. It's almost unbelievable how often players get away with multiple steps, and it barely causes a reaction anymore. It's become such a routine part of the game that people just accept it. Honestly, I think it's kind of hilarious. It adds this chaotic, almost comical energy to the game. And while it's technically bending the rules, there's something entertaining about it. I can't lie, I actually kind of enjoy it.
Do you think you give as light of a whistle as the NBA on traveling?
No, there's nothing like the NBA when it comes to their traveling.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that, but like...
There's nothing like it.
It's
Without a doubt, we all know what has to be discussed this week. It's taken over the internet, the WNBA and the bizarre incident involving sex toys. Yep, you heard that right. Not just any sex toys either. We're talking about bright neon green, probably glow-in-the-dark dildos being thrown during a professional game. It's completely wild. Honestly, it's hard not to laugh at how absurd the whole thing is. The fact that it actually happened in the middle of a WNBA game is both shocking and, yes, a little hilarious in a dark way. But once the initial shock wears off, you realize how inappropriate and disrespectful it really is. It crosses a serious line, and it's something the league must address.
Without a doubt, we know what we have to talk about. Sweeping the interwebs. WNBA dildos! Awesome. Not like just dildos, may I add. Like neon green, probably glow in the dark dildo.
Dude, green machine. Green machine.
That's
honestly
electric.
Dude, it's funny. Like, don't get me wrong. It's hilarious.
So then I tweeted something that was kind of a joke. Like I was low-key being sarcastic. I think people took it way too seriously. But honestly, I was more joking than anything. Still, there's some truth buried in the humor. Objectively, that kind of thing is really dangerous. I mean, think about it. People are throwing objects during a professional game. That's a major safety issue. I've even tripped on a dildo in my own apartment. Someone left it on the floor, and let me tell you, those things are not ankle-friendly. We all know it. It's funny in one sense, but when you really break it down, it crosses a line and puts people at risk. I totally agree. Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about my ankles at first. I was thinking more about the fact that if someone threw that thing, and with the way it bounced, imagine if it had actually hit someone in the face. That would have been a huge deal. The bounce alone was wild, and if it had struck a player mid-game, it would have been plastered all over the internet instantly. It's not just a harmless joke at that point, it becomes a serious problem. We're talking about safety, public embarrassment, and the way moments like that get replayed endlessly online. It's easy to laugh in the moment, but the potential consequences could have been way more serious than people realize.